Hello, Internet, your friendly neighborhood Roman here, and today we're gonna do Fauna's house, or Beauty's house, I guess. That's who she's playing, is Beauty, from Beauty and the Beast. Real sorry about the lack of video on Thursday, but I really did not want to do this build, and by waiting meant I had a much better time completing it, so hopefully that one's okay. And you didn't miss me too much, or at all, probably. This whole build ended up being entirely terraform free, which I don't know if was the goal or is even the plan for all of them, because I think terraforming is kind of important. Scary, but important. But I don't know, I really like the way this one turned out. I'm very happy with it, so hopefully you guys also like it. I guess it's really just some trees and furniture items around a house, so maybe that's not super interesting. But I don't know, it does feel sort of contained within itself. Like when you look at it, it just looks like one thing, which again is kind of what we're going for. These little like vignettes on the island, I suppose. And we will hopefully eventually have a path that like leads up to the house and around the house to like all the different parts of the forest. But I tried looking up how to do that and it was scary and I didn't want to yet. So we put that one off. Hopefully we'll get there. I mean, we will get there eventually. Kind of in the back of my head, I kind of just want to design my own path, which is dumb because I can't draw and really is not a good idea. But we were watching the people do the hard mode thing and kind of looks fun, but also not fun. So, talk me out of that one. My only problem really is that I'm just so terribly indecisive that I can't pick a path that I like. Because I like all of them. Or dislike all of them. I don't know. There are bits and pieces where I'm like, this part of this path is good, but I wish it was different somehow. Which is why I think I should do it myself. Not that I know how to do it, or even what I want. So, I mean, again, not a good idea. But we've added in some giant vines because I'm just going to kind of put them everywhere around the forest because I like the way they look. And so they're just going to kind of be here. And we're using this plaza bench, which I kind of like. When I did this sort of mock-up version of this build, I used the sort of iron one. But I didn't have one of those in my storage, and apparently I was too lazy to DIY one. So we ended up with the plaza bench, but I don't know. I like the way it looks. And then, of course, that little, like, clothesline thing, which, again, it was mostly just there as filler. But it does fill the space nicely, right? Also helps tie in the purple, because I used that, like, custom design thing that I found. So it sort of matches, because we're going to use black and purple roses, because roses felt appropriate for Beauty. But also, I don't want a bunch of red stuff on the island. I say as we're very obviously staring at a bunch of black flowers with red centers. I don't know. We're trying to avoid it as much as we can, but also I really like those flowers. So they're just gonna kind of be there. I don't even really know why I feel so strongly about the avoidance of like the red roses and stuff. I just kind of want it to be dark. If I could only use black flowers, I would probably do that. But again, it is a fairy tale island, so it's probably not supposed to be just black. But here what we are doing is giving her kind of like a stargazing area, because one of the reasons her and Rodeo are in love is because they both love stargazing. That seemed like the kind of thing that she should have. Of course, it's not really fairy tale accurate, but I liked it, and it is island accurate, I guess. Is that a thing? I am going to put some books and stuff around it as well, to sort of mesh it in with the whole Beauty and the Beast thing. I did want to put an inventor's table out here, but she does have one inside, and it didn't really fit anywhere, so instead we just got books and a telescope, and some mushroom lamps. Can't forget the mushroom lamps. Again, just kind of feels whimsical, and I really am aiming for whimsical. So that's just kind of the kind of thing we're gonna have. Mushroom lamps. Maybe that's silly. They might even look silly in the dark, because they're gonna glow, but whatever. Oh, and I also gave her this little, like, rose in a jar kind of thing, because he has a rose in a jar. I guess it's like a cloche rather than a jar. Is that a big important difference? Probably not. Hopefully not, because I do not think I can put a rose in a cloche in Animal Crossing. So it's gonna have to be in a jar/vase. But we have in fact made it to the end of the build. So if you like the build, or just had a good time hanging out with me, you can hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the build, how important cloches and vases are, literally anything at all. And of course, if you think you might like to do this again sometime, you can hit that subscribe button. But I will see y'all on Monday. Goodbye!